Scrappy Peeps, Suzanna here for the scrap room today to share with you a layout created using the Flavor of the Month kit. These are the Flavor of the Month kits, and I used Fancy Pants Poolside, so on the top right there, to create that particular layout. I used a digital cut file that I created, and I will put on free download for you. So what I did was, to create the background, was I created a circle in Silhouette Design Studio, and I used the center button to center that to the center of the page, and that way I was able to get my circle in the middle, and I can specify what size I want that circle to be, and I was not sure, so I kind of played with the numbers and went with I believe it's an 8-inch circle. The screen is really small and I can't see what I did. It was either 7.5 or maybe an 8-inch circle, and then just hit cut. So that's how I got the circle in the middle of my page there. And then that is the digital cut file that I cut in cardstock. That particular blue cardstock does not come with the kit. The cardstock color that you will get with the Flavor of the Month kit is white. So that is from my personal stash, the blue there. And I wanted that splash to be on the outside edge of that circle to sort of give you the effect of the splash. It's somewhat similar to one of the splash epoxies, not epoxies, but the enamel shapes that come in the kit, but I didn't get that particular shape, so I just made one of my own, and I wanted it much bigger, obviously. So I just marked off where that circle would be so that I could save some of the paper so I could create yet another layout with this. Those of you that saw my unboxing video know that I am completely in love with this layout. I have swimmers, and so the water and the fishies are just perfect for my little swimmers here. So I am then going to adhere this to the page once I figure out the positioning of all of these things. I had initially wanted to back the photos, and I had wanted to incorporate a little bit more yellow into the layout. The problem is that I just couldn't make it work. So I am going to end up backing them with these little fishies here so that the navy just pops the pictures a little bit, and the layout does end up looking like this month's sketch. However, I forgot about the sketch and is in no way meant to be an interpretation of the sketch. So that is how it just sort of, the circle came about because of that big splash digital cut file that I had created there. And those chipboard pieces are from the embellishment add-on. My original intent had been to put Splish Splash in the middle of the splash, but that didn't really leave me a whole lot of space to journal. And so I decided that I liked the way that they framed the photos up top instead, and then that way I could use the gal who was swimming, which complemented the girls that are in the photo there. I wanted a pop of red because my daughter's swimsuit, or one of the girls' swimsuit, is red, and it needed a little bit more color to just kind of make it stand out a little bit. And so I'm going to go with a thin line of that reddy pink at the top as a header to the layout. And that afforded me the ability to then use that red and white float for a little bit more color to the layout there. The kit comes with those doilies, and I wanted to incorporate that into the layout somehow. I knew that those gems, I was going to continue the splash effect out using those gems. In a minute, I'm going to go upstairs and use a navy blue thread and stitch around the outside of the circle to just kind of pop that circle a little bit and make it stand out. Another one of the things that I do, you can see the stitch circle there, and because it was difficult to stitch with accuracy, I kind of intentionally made it a semi-fussy overlapping circle as well. The other thing I was starting to say, I'm sorry, I cut myself off, was one of the things that I do off camera. I do it off camera because I don't realize that it's something that I want to do until after the fact when I get a different look at the layout, is I am going to use a souffle pen and outline that blue splash that I have there. I really wanted to incorporate a little bit more of the pattern paper that comes in the kit into the layout, but really it doesn't need a whole lot more. So you will see what I do to incorporate more a little bit later on. Actually, that piece right there, I'm going to do something with that Marco Polo. So the story of these photos is my daughter and a few of her friends, and I did not take these pictures. These pictures credit go to one of the gals' dad, and he takes some amazing pictures and sent these to me. And the girls are actually at a competitive swimming. It's our annual banquet. It's the awards banquet. So this is the only time really that these girls who are competitive swimmers just get to literally splish splash around and enjoy being in the water. And the journaling that I will type and cut up and put in the big splash tells that story in particular. So I've committed to these elements. You can see where I put the header up there. I wanted to incorporate another circle into this element, and so that doily, I'm just going to slide underneath there and creates a perfect little place to nestle the doily, as well as then I can incorporate one of the flowers into it, which is another circular element. And so your eye moves from that top right hand side right there where that flower is, down through the title to the pictures, through those embellishments, and then to that big splash where the journaling is going to be. So the placement of these particular elements in the layout really do move your eye down through there. Because I like a trio of elements, I am going to put something at that bottom right hand corner as well, and I felt like I needed something with a little bit of red to it, because you can see I've got those two really red bright elements there, and I needed a little something more to tie that together and create that visual triangle. These labels from Teresa Collins do not come with the kit. These are from my personal stash, and I'm just going to use a little bit of that label on that right hand side of the photo again to tie a little bit more red into the layout. The embellishments that I got in my kit did not have a lot of red in them, but by putting that label there with that red flower that came in the chipboards, I was able to create again that visual triangle and create that movement. So what I'm doing here that you have a hard time seeing, and I'm actually about to fast forward through, is I'm just going to cut out Marco Polo and put that at that bottom right hand corner. It gives it's not an implication, but it gives the idea of the fact that these girls are playing in the water and having fun, which is so important given that they are competitive swimmers and very rarely get to do that and have that opportunity. So that is my layout, my friends, created with the June Flavors of the Month kit from the scrap room using the Fancy Pants Poolside collection. And again, you can download that cut file for free. If you use it, I would love to see how you use it, so you could come back and share in the comments below or share over on the Scrap Room Facebook group. That would be awesome too. I hope you are doing well. I hope you're all geared up and ready for summer and some splish splashing in the pool. I am happy to answer any questions. If you have any below, don't hesitate to leave them in the box below. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you're doing well. Take care.